Consider this. When you stand on the precipice of extraordinary success, what actually occurs in consciousness is a shift so profound that your entire world is about to undergo a transformation you will hardly recognize. This is not wishful thinking. It is a principle you can test. As you assume the idea of being wildly successful, notice what happens within. You begin to embody a new identity, shedding the skin of doubt and insecurity. You are not seeking success, you are radiating it. It is not out there, it is in here. You do not chase it, you simply attract it by embodying it. Success is not a future destination, but a present state of consciousness. As you assume this state, your outer reality begins to reorganize itself to reflect this new inner conviction. It is not about striving, it is about assuming. You are not a seeker of success, you are an embodiment of it. Think about this. The moment you identify with the state of success, your perception shifts from lack to fullness. Your reactions are no longer dictated by outer circumstances, but by your inner stance. You do not require proof from the outside world. You know it inwardly. This is the profound truth. As you persist in this assumption, the world becomes a mirror, reflecting the image you hold within. Notice how your choices, your inner conversations, and your very perception of life begin to change. Success is not a collection of thoughts. It is a state of consciousness. Let me tell you something vital. As you remain faithful to the assumption of success, the mirror catches up. Outer facts, once echoing a past identity, now start to reorganize around this new self-image. It is not about effort, it is about faith. It is not about performance, it is about embodiment. You do not need to hustle for success, you simply live from it. As you internalize this state, life rearranges itself to meet the assumptions you hold true. In my experience, what tends to occur is a cascade of opportunities that align with this new identity. The outer world, once an enigma, now becomes a dance of manifestation, responding to the inner rhythm of your assumed success. The pattern is this. As you maintain this inner conviction, the outer world cannot help but align. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the conscious creator. This is not a theory. It is a reality that can be observed. As you persist, watch what begins to rearrange. The mirror often follows the inner change. It is a law as certain as gravity. You are not reacting to the world, you are setting the stage. The outer stage is but a reflection of the inner play. Consider this. Every outer fact you now see was once an inner assumption. As you shift your assumptions, the world shifts along with it. Let me share with you what occurs in consciousness when you assume success. Suddenly, doubt gives way to faith. Insecurity transforms into identity, and lack becomes fullness. You are no longer performing for the world, you are expressing who you are. This expression is met with a response that echoes your inner stance. The mirror catches this image and reflects it back to you, often in unexpected and wonderful ways. You do not need to prove yourself to the world, you simply need to know yourself as successful. This knowing is the seed from which the fruit of success grows. Think about this. As you stand firm in this assumption, you no longer chase what you desire. You attract it. The outer world is drawn to the magnetic pull of your inner state. You are not in reaction to the world. You are in creation. Every choice you make, every word you speak, and every thought you think is an affirmation of this new identity. As you remain faithful to this assumption, the proof you seek externally begins to appear. But you do not need this proof to know. The knowing itself is enough. The world cannot help but reflect back the fullness you feel within. This is not about outer performance, it is about inner transformation. As you embody this state, life responds in kind. Opportunities appear where there seem to be none. Doors open in places you never imagined. What once seemed impossible now feels natural. You are not performing for success. You are living as if success is your natural state. This living, this being, is what draws the outer reflection. It is the inner stance that crafts the outer experience. You do not need to force this, you simply need to be this. As you stand in this knowing, the world realigns itself to meet you at this new frequency. Let me tell you something vital. Success is not something you acquire, it is something you assume. It is not a product of doing, it is a result of being. As you assume this identity, you no longer feel the need to strive or struggle. The world becomes a canvas upon which your inner state paints. You are not reacting, you are creating. The image you hold within is mirrored back in the world you experience. As you persist in this state, the outer facts of your life realign to match your new inner conviction. This is not magic. It is a principle you can observe and test. Consider this. The inner reality is the cause. The outer reality is the effect. As you shift your inner state, the outer world cannot help but follow. You are not waiting for success to arrive. You are recognizing its presence within you. This recognition transforms your world. You are not in pursuit. You are in reception. The mirror catches this new image and reflects it back in the form of experiences and manifestations. Every assumption you hold with conviction becomes a seed that blossoms in your reality. The world is your mirror, reflecting the fullness of your assumed identity. As you stand firm in the knowing of your success, the world conforms to this inner truth. It is not about proving anything to anyone. It is about affirming everything within. You are not striving to become. You are relaxing into being. This relaxation into your true self draws the world into harmonious alignment with you. You are not seeking validation from the outside. You are confident in the assurance of your inner conviction. As you test this principle and remain faithful to the assumed state of success, watch as life unfolds in ways that affirm your deepest knowing. This is the law of assumption at work, and it is as certain as the dawn.